Hello, everyone.
What up?
What's up with you? I got my co-host here, my brother.
Boom shakalaka.
Listen, our other co-host, Terrence, he was occupied, kind of busy tonight. So
Yeah, I wonder what
we're going to go on and do it without him. And when he get done, he can join us. If not, we'll see him next week. Listen, you already know what to do. Thank you guys for joining us. You already know what to do. Go share. Listen, I know tonight is actually, let me share it first and then I'll go into that. Grant, you can share it to your Facebook page as well.
Okay.
We're doing that. Turn it down. Share. Right. Join me and roll. All right, I just shared it. I'm gonna share it to a couple other places too that I usually don't share it to. But I think it'll be good. Yeah. How you guys doing on this great, beautiful? It's very nice out here in the bay. Well, I'm not in. I'm outskirts of the bay. It is very nice. It's just a little windy, but the weather is very, very nice. Listen, you all. I'm put this on silent too. Listen, you guys share this. I know this is a big night for all you basketball lovers. The Warriors and the Lakers is teaming up tonight. So we're not going to be on here long. We're just going to talk about a couple of things, and we're going to get out y'all way. Because if you're like me, I'm ready for this game, and I do not like being interrupted. So I know you guys, if we talk, we talk. If we get, we'll see how it goes. But we're not going to be on here no longer than an hour because I got to get to this basketball game. The Warriors is playing the Lakers for their slot for the playoffs. So who knew the Warriors were going to?
They got it.
I know. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I came across something, and I don't know if you guys seen it. First of all, before I do that, let me pay respects. On today, we lost a general in the gospel world, in the church world, period. Evangelist Joyce Rogers. She went home to be with the Lord this morning. So we want to pray for her brothers, Pastor Timmons, and all the rest of the family, and especially the Kojic family, the AIM children, and everything like that grew up under her. We pray for you guys. Pray for your hearts. We know this is a hard pill to swallow. She was an evangelist. She was a great woman of God. I love to hear her preach, and I will always go hear her preach when she came to the Bay. She was one of my favorite female preachers. She went home to be with the Lord this morning, so we're praying for them. Also, we had a wonderful time yesterday. If you didn't join us yesterday for Dad's birthday celebration, go to Walter Hawkins' official fan page and go look at it. Go look at it. It was great. It was a great service. So yeah, y'all go look at it. Go enjoy yourself. Krista Rucker, C. Ashley Brown, Lawrence, Robin Williams, and Peace Gospel Choir. My boy, Brandon. Yeah, they celebrating 40 years this year.
Wow.
They sounded good. So you guys go check that out on my official fan page. And tomorrow night I wasn't gonna do it, but we're gonna do a part 3 of all him singing songs and other people coming on and sing songs. So we're just gonna have a good time tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on his page. All right. Listen, I came across something on Facebook and I was telling my brother, I said, I decided to lose weight just in time. Because listen, you got some airlines that they are going to start weighing their passengers.
Shut up.
Can you believe that? Like
they're gonna lose a whole lot of money. They're gonna lose
but they're gonna gain a whole lot of money too, because if you're over a certain point, you're gonna have to buy that extra seat.
I guess they ain't doing
and actually it's a good Huh?
They
The
ain't doing
double.
the double thing no more.
They probably are still doing the double thing, but some of these people be doing the double things and still can't fit. So they, they're trying to squeeze them. I'm just saying. I ain't making fun of nobody because hell, I'm just an inch from it. Thank God for setting free.
Right.
Listen, I listen. I'm telling you, that is nothing. And there's nothing wrong. And we are not making fun of fat people, so I don't hear no inbox over there. Oh, I'm big, so don't do it. I'm just saying it is amazing how it has came to the point that you have to get weighed before you get on a freaking airline. Like who thought of that? Who thought of that? Like everybody should be running to the gym. I'm going. I have I've been going. So thank God that I have this push to go now.
Look, let me tell you, if you want to lose weight real fast, while you sitting down watching TV, when the commercial come on, run around the block, then come back home before the show come back on.
Nigga, you sprint around the block. This nigga said run around the block. My block is long. It ain't no coming. You coming back on the second segment of the show. My block is hella long. It goes all the way around and come all. Yeah, I ain't no just running around the block. I remember those little short blocks in Oakland.
Yep,
this area ain't got no damn short blocks. There's 3 of those short blocks in Oakland. Shit. All these big on this block. It ain't like that. I wish.
My goodness.
It ain't like that no more, bro. It is not like that at all.
It ain't. But that junk was fun.
TSTA should be in shape. They should be in shape. I agree with you.
Yeah, because some of the TA is too big.
Pearl, run fast. You talking about you gonna give yourself a heart attack trying to get back before the show starts. That's you only give them 2 or 3 minutes in commercials.
You better haul.
You ain't gonna make it. You're gonna have to rewind. Your ass is gonna be out of breath trying to get in the know before you even get to watch TV. It's not going to work.
Okay, so let me ask this question. So what they gonna do with the overweight TSA? Like
I don't know.
Discounts?
I want to know what they're gonna do with the overweight passenger. What are you gonna tell them? You too big? Are your weight too high? Like what is what is the plan?
So to ride in the wheelchair, that's an extra $75, huh?
Well, Tremaine used to ride in the wheelchairs all the time just to get in the front of the line.
Well, she got the money to pay for it.
Well, yeah. But they don't charge you that you just give them a tip for a wheelchair.
I don't know what they gonna do.
I didn't have to do it before. If I was late on the plane, my ankle hurt. I can't walk. I need assistance to the gate. Push me to the front of the TSA line and get me through this. I can't walk. So try this for the work. And it works every time. It works every time.
So are they gonna weigh you? So are they gonna weigh you when you go in and you gotta stand with your hands up?
No, it said the airline. So I'm thinking, is the airline gonna weigh them when they purchase the ticket, or when they are you gonna stand on the scale that the suitcases be on? Because they got that scale right there at the customer service.
Right. So
are they gonna have you stand there
laying on that?
Are they gonna have you like standing up, like get on there and let you see your weight? It's going to be amazing. So and this is not. It was just amazing to me because it was just like you guys are really finna start waiting to get on the plane. Like now I understand because I used to work for Southwest. There is a balance thing that go on with planes. You have to make sure they're balanced.
Right.
So even when there's a certain way that you have to put the suitcases underneath the plane, it has to be a balance.
Right.
Well, I totally understand that for a balance purpose, but I'm just trying to figure out. Y'all been doing this without weighing people so long. Now all of a sudden y'all have to weigh people after COVID. Like, what are you going like? It's going to stop big people from flying.
It is
Because they're going to have to face them. They're going to have to face a lot of big people. Don't even look at the scale.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's going to stop them from flying.
Yep. It is.
You know, so
that's why I said they're gonna lose some money.
Yeah.
They're gonna lose some money because they're gonna get discouraged and they're gonna go back to eating.
Somebody gonna do something. And they got all them damn restaurants. So you got restaurants all throughout the airport. And you got 3 or 4 hour layovers. You gonna eat.
That's called 5 pounds right there. That's
you gonna
5
eat.
pounds.
And if you eat like me, it's gonna be probably 10.
Yeah.
Nigga, I told you I lost 30 pounds since January. And I got on the scale the other day. I gained 5 back. I said the devil is a lie. I ain't even eat that much. It's a damn no, you a trickster, nigga. You get the hell out of here. I got to go back the other way. I'm going the wrong direction. God be on Jehovah. God me. Because I am going the wrong direction. So I got to go back. I got to get back. I got to go back. Got to go back. So yeah, I got to. I was like, that 5 pounds meant a lot to me. My whole heart broke.
Hey, and you can feel the difference.
No. I can feel it, dude.
Yeah.
I knew I had gained weight because I said, "Ooh, I don't feel like it was."
I knew I gained weight when my pants started folding.
Bro, I had to gain, like I said, I had to gain something. So I went and got on the scale, and it was 5 pounds, 5 pounds and 4 ounces. I said, okay, that's a baby.
That's a baby.
That's a baby. It's like absolutely not. I am not gaining no child. No. Absolutely not. We're gonna deliver this.
That is a child. That is a child.
I am definitely I am getting my ass right back into that gym. When we get off this damn live and that basketball game is over, the child is going right on down that street. 5 minutes. I'll get my ass. I'm on that treadmill for a good 45 minutes. Come home, take a shower, get ready. Like I'm not doing it. I refuse to go back.
I feel it.
You feel good. Yes, I felt good, and I was very confident when I was a big guy, and I am still am. But it feels as there's another. I've not been small since I was a teenager.
Yeah, yes.
Yes. So it's time to kind of, I'm getting older now. So my health is more important than just losing weight and looking good. You know what I mean? I want to do it because of my health.
That's right.
I gotta do it, child. I ain't got no choice. But I'm finna drop these damn 5.3 pounds out and set up 4 pounds out and set up here in the game within a week. They gone.
I know the feeling because
the crazy thing is, thank you, man. The crazy thing is, I've been using my air fryer instead of frying chicken. I've been using my air fryer, so that makes a big difference. I've been eating broccoli and vegetables and stuff like that. Auntie Karen always gets on me because I'll cook a dinner. It don't have no vegetables. And you have to have your vegetables. So I make sure I have vegetables now with everything. But my grandmother made some chili beans tonight, so I'm going to eat the chili beans because she ain't made no it's so long. She has not made chili beans in so long. And she made some chili beans tonight. So I shall indulge in some chili beans tonight. But after I eat those chili beans, I'm taking my ass down to that gym that's 5 minutes away from my house that I pay every butt for, and I have not been going. Like, what are you doing? You're wasting money. Not going to. How many people go and get a membership and don't go?
That's why I started going to the park. I take my tail to the park.
Okay, proceed. But her chili beans got the meat and all that kind of stuff in it. So I'm finna tear them up. I'm sorry. I'm finna eat it's time. It's time to go eat in a minute.
Yes, lift your hands. Lift your hands.
And Warriors game is gonna come on in a minute, and we're gonna have a good time eating chili beans, cornbread, and Warriors.
That's right.
And I have you gotta watch out for that alcohol too, because that alcohol puts some weight on you.
Yeah, it will.
So I don't know if I should have a glass of wine. Listen, I just need to get rid of them 5.4 pounds that I gained because I was great at the number I was getting. I said, okay, I got 40 more pounds to go. Now I got 45.4 pounds to go.
They messed up the whole process of putting.
It messed up my whole thinking. I'm like, okay, I can lose 40 pounds by my birthday. This is my mind. I can really do it. I really, really can do it.
Right.
I can do it, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay off. Like, I'm not going to take no pictures. I'm not going to, like, on here. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to have to figure out a way because I don't want nobody to see me until I lose weight. So we have to figure out something.
So you just don't take no pictures.
But what about the show? I'm going to have to just go in here black.
No, you could be on the show. You just don't talk about, you just don't show no.
But it's going to change my facial.
You know how big people, when they take pictures, it's just from the shoulders up, so you won't see all the rest of it. So that's what you do. You think they skinny from the shoulders up, but then when you see all of it, you be like, oh hell no. Then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. We'll figure out a way. But listen, I am on my. She said, "Leave your beard on." Yes, I'm leaving my beard on. I'm growing it back. Yeah, as you can see, I'm growing it back. So it's kind of looking a little. It's in that growing back stage thing, but I am growing it back. I like myself with beard, but what I do is like at least once a year, I cut it off so my face can breathe and I can get rid of all that dead hair. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And I let it grow back. And my hair grow back fast. So that's great. That's a great thing. That's a great thing.
I do mine in seasons.
You do yours what in seasons?
In seasons. It's hot out here and humid, so I cuts it off. But when it gets winter time, I let it grow.
Let it grow back? Yeah. I'm gonna have to just keep mine, I kind of got tired of it because everybody started doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, I had started like 5 years ago doing the no shave November because I couldn't stand hair on my face. But in November, I would always let it grow out. Okay. And then I liked it, and then I was just like, you know what? Let me just go on and keep it. So I kept it. Now, listen, this is a funny story. I got to tell this story. I think I told it before, but we was at the house, me, Auntie Lynette, Auntie Fetty, Auntie Carol, and Uncle Ed at the house. And me and Uncle Ed was getting ready to go somewhere. I was picking him up. He decided that he didn't want to go. So he was like, I'm just going to cook. And he waited till I got to the house to tell me that he wasn't going. Mind you, I lived in Oakland. He lived in Pleasanton. He waited till I got to the house to tell me that he was not going. So he was sitting there, and I saw him staring at me, and I was sitting at the table. He was like, do you like your beard? And I said, yeah, I like it. He said, you like your beard? I said, yeah, I do. He said, Then he started talking about something else. Then he came back to it. I knew it was something. I knew it was something I was making. He said, you really like your beard, huh? I said, yeah. And it was this at this time, it was full all the way. It was like growing. It was crazy looking. He said, I don't like it. I think you should cut it. And I looked at him. I was like, well, damn, to myself. I was like, oh, okay. Auntie Lynette was like, well, Ed, if he likes it, let him keep it. He was like, no, I think you should cut it. So me being obedient, I cut it off. And it was this low like this. And it was Christmas. And I went upstairs. And I was like, what's up, Unc? He didn't even say hello. He didn't say Merry Christmas. He didn't say anything. Everything he said was, oh, you look nice. You cut your beard down. I was like, that thing was really bothering you, huh? So now when I grow it out, I always think of that. Like, oh, should I cut it? But I'm gonna let it grow in. I'm gonna let it grow in. Listen, this is somebody just texted me. Mamie was supposed to be joining us. I don't know where she's at. Are you ready to get to our conversation?
Who?
You.
What? We can talk about whatever you want.
Listen, our conversation tonight, and I need y'all to give us some input. Sherry, and Pearl, and Manny's on here, and everybody's on here. I seen Cynthia sign on. I need y'all to give us some input on this conversation we're finna have. Is it possible I ain't even said shit. He just up here falling. He fell out already. He already know what we're gonna go into. Mom Blanche is on here, so I need y'all to get involved in it. Come on, let's get involved in this conversation. Share this page, share it with everybody. Y'all go share with your friends on Facebook. Share, because I really want people to get involved in this conversation. Oh, I forgot to say hello to YouTube. YouTube, I did not forget you. Hello. I just looked and
what up, YouTube?
YouTube is joining us as well. Listen, is it possible to be in love with two people at the same time? Is it possible? I was fine. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. Crazy.
Is it possible you do not have a share button on Facebook? Really? You should. You should have a fair. Okay, Vanessa said no, you cannot. Manny said yes. Okay, come on, give us some more people. You guys, come on, give us some more answers. I want to know, is it possible to be in love with two people at the same time? Can you do it? Is it any way possible that you can make that happen? Pearl said yes. Okay, all right, this is interesting. Vanessa says no, and we have one no and we have two yes. What do you say, Mama Blanche? Vanessa's going church on us. She said no, the Bible tells us the answer to your question. Well, yes, it does, but I'm talking about realistic. Like, is it possible for someone to literally be in love with two people at the same time? Manny said, not a good idea, but I love that but. Vanessa says she is talking realistic. Yeah, you're talking realistic, but you got to realize we're dealing with flesh as well. There's a spirit man and then there's flesh. So your flesh is going to do whatever your flesh wants to do. It's going to desire whatever your flesh wants to desire. So if you desire to be in love with two people or 3, 4, 5, that's what your flesh is going to do. If you understand what I'm saying. Now you're talking about bringing your flesh under subjection to love that one person. Well, yeah. But I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about like, can you
from the flesh side? Can
you be in love with two people at the same time? Unless you're talking about God and someone else. They getting y'all. I know the church side. I'm want to talk about the flesh side. Mom said no. Vanessa said, I am talking fleshly. What does the Bible say? Pearl said, do you want to know that answer, or are you asking that question, Pearl? Do you want to know what the Bible says about it, or are you asking that question? My reason saying because you like certain attitudes of different people, attributes of different people. Okay, that's good. Minus the comedy. However, there will all one you love more than the other. Well, Pearl says she needs scripture. I need the scripture. Pearl needs the scripture where it says you can't love more than one person at the same time. So, Vanessa, if you can find that scripture for us, that would be great, and we can put it on here and share it. Trying to love too. This is not easy to do. Well, and that's for some people, but I know some people that, yeah, they do it. Like, what's that whole relationship? What's that new thing, bro? The panorama. What is it? 3 people.
Boy, they be loving all kind of stuff nowadays.
Yeah, but like you got 3 people in one relationship. You got either 2 husbands and a wife, or you got 2 wives and a husband. It's
right,
and they in love with each other. And this is what they do. So I understand. Yeah,
go ahead.
Okay, Vanessa gave us Matthew 6:24. Vanessa, Pearl, there go your scripture. Matthew 6:24. 24. And I'm not trying to get deep and churchy with this. This is just a question. And I'm not saying y'all are neither, but it's just a question that came up, and I wanted to address the people because I want to know what y'all think about it. Yes, Pearl, that's what it is. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Grant, what do you think? Let's get
what do I think? Can you be in love with two people at the same time?
See, that's the question. And I'm glad you said that, because being in love with two people, being in love and loving is two different things.
Absolutely.
And people, you see how they just jump into me saying, can you love two people at the same time? Because you can love two people at the same time. Right. But the question is, can you be in love with two people at the same time? I love my exes. I do. There's a love there. You know?
Yeah.
But am I in love? No. My boat sailed across the river somewhere. It's gone. Two different things.
So my perspective. Go ahead. What you say?
You go.
So my perspective on this is, when I look into it, and I understand the statement, can you be in love with two people at the same time? I would say, for me, no. And the reason why I say that, because love and lust is two different things. Because your lust can infiltrate itself as love, but it's really not love. Which means that I might like the way we do certain things, and that causes me to feel like I'm in love with you, versus me truly being in love with you. If I'm truly in love with you, I can't kill off all the love I have for you and give it to somebody else and still say I'm in love with you. Because now I'm playing with emotions. Does that make sense?
So,
because I think it's an emotional game when we talking about, is it possible to be in love with two people? It's possible to say I like having sex with two people because somebody do it better than the next one, or somebody else do. She don't like to give head, but she like to give head. So I like what she do with her legs more than what she do with her legs. So I'm like, man, I'm in love with you. But then when I'm talking about being in love with you, I'm really in love with the cooter.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So now it becomes more of a lustful thing than a love thing.
See, lust to me, this is just to me, because we had this teaching on lust.
Okay.
Lust and love is totally, like you said, is totally different. If I plan on getting you, like if I have a whole plan, to get you, I've been lusting after you,
right?
Like I plan to get you, and my get you is gonna get you,
right?
I'm gonna get you,
right?
That's my mind is made up to do what I got to do with you. You know what I mean? Now, and I want to hear from somebody else that says yes. I think Pearl said yes, or who said yes? Somebody said yes. I want to hear from y'all. What do you guys think about loving someone, loving two people at the same time?
But I could love you all day. It depends on what kind of love you want to talk about again.
Right? Okay. Yeah. And Vanessa said, we are talking about love. God is love. Yes, God is love, but I'm talking about the natural love, a physical love of two human beings or three human beings, not a spiritual love.
So you're talking about like a menage a trois kind of thing?
Not even that, because I'm talking about, okay, if I'm with somebody, I love them, but then I'm telling my ex that I love them too.
I see that. I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm telling my ex, I love you still. Like I have feelings for you. Still.
Yeah.
But I'm with somebody else that I love and I have feelings with too. So what do I do with that? Because me and my exes broke up, but I'm still loving.
So then you're gonna have to go try to find the lowest common denominator of that love, because you got to see now, where is it coming from?
But what if what if I'm lusting
That's what I'm
after my
saying.
ex,
That's what I'm saying.
and I'm in love with the person that I'm with?
Right.
But both of them are satisfying me
right
at the same time.
Right. Right. So now you're dealing with emotional trauma.
I'm in this emotional train. Actually,
Right.
I'm in this triangle
Right.
that I'm in that I can't get out because I'm bouncing from one to one. And then the crazy part is, this is the crazy part. This is the crazy part, because it may not even be a physical attraction.
Uh-huh.
It may be emotional. Like, I may still be emotionally attached
Right.
to the ex,
Right.
but I'm in love and I'm in a whole nother relationship with somebody else.
Right.
Is that cheating?
Say that again. This is good.
But I'm saying, you cannot share love equally with the ex and with your wife or husband, or just a friend. Yeah, you can. I agree. I think I disagree. I think you can share the same equally love if again. Okay, so I'm going back to what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm with someone that I'm in love with.
Right.
But my ex, I'm emotionally attached to you still.
Right.
Is that cheating? We may not be physically back together again, but emotionally, when we get together or talk on the phone, there's that like, there's the melting of the heart, and the mind get to racing, and your sweat palms, and you just go into this emotional thing. Is that cheating?
That's called crazy.
You call it what you
That's like one of my situations. One of my situations back in the day, I was married to an individual, but their heart was really for somebody else. But I married them anyway because I didn't want to be alone. Number one. Number two, I didn't want nobody to have you but me. So now you dealing with all this emotional stuff, which causes me to be selfish, controlling. Now I'm dealing with all this other kind of stuff through my emotions. So now we end up in this relationship and in this marriage that is really toxic because of my selfish ambitions. You see what I'm saying? And I'm talking about, because you can't really talk about the other part, like that. But for me, it was selfish in so many ways, because I said I was in love with you, but at the same time, I didn't want to let you go. If I really loved you, I should have been man enough to let you go,
right,
and do what you felt like what was best for you. That's love. Now, when it comes to even with being in love, love to me even supersedes being in love, because you could be in love with somebody in that same situation, but they don't love you. They're not in love with you. So what you gonna do? You can't hold them hostage and try to make them love you. Beating them is not gonna make them. Cheating on them is not gonna make them. You know what I'm saying? But because of our emotions, we get in this toxic mindset that if I do this or if I do that, they'll stay. If I do this or do that, or if I become henpecked, then they'll stay. And because I don't want to be by myself. And this is where the church, I would say the church messes up a lot when it comes to relationships. They see two people together. Just because two people are saved does not mean that they are connected. That does not connect you. Salvation does not, because you see a man and a woman, they both speak in tongues, they both run around the church, and they both holler hallelujah. It does not mean they're connected. There still has to be a vision and a purpose that connects them two together in order for them to fulfill whatever the Father has called the covenant to be. But if that is not the case, then let them part their ways. Yeah, they done screwed, they done shacked, they done did all of that, but let everything be where it is and let it depart and be what it's supposed to be, instead of talking about bringing them together just because they're saved and saying, oh, well, you got to work it out. You got to stay together. And that's how we get so many emotionally distraught women and men in the kingdom, because of the simple fact we try to force them to be married instead of walking them through what a relationship really is supposed to look like and be like according to the word.
Well, we're not supposed to be talking spiritual, but he's a pastor and he can't help it.
Yeah,
we're supposed to be talking natural, and I keep saying that.
I know.
There's two different things, and I don't want what I don't want is I don't want the people that's not church to feel some kind of way. So that was his church part.
Now that's church part. Okay, so you want the other part.
I want the uncut part.
The unhooked part. Okay, so the unhooked part, for those that are not, so okay, all right, got it. But on the unhooked part, can you, by loving two people, being in love with two people, you know, on the unhooked part, you might as well just be a hoe. You might as well just go and get yours.
You can do that, but then there's like, okay, so are you really a hoe because you're in love with two people? A hoe is somebody that sleep around. But
they still talk about they're in love with two people.
If I'm in love with two people and they they know about each other,
yeah,
and they accept it, that's something that you know what I mean? So back to the question, can you love two people at the same time? Like, is it possible? Like you have, okay, so for instance, okay, and this is just okay. Example. Yeah. You have baby mamas.
Right.
Okay. So what if you was in love with one of your baby mamas more than you was in love with the other baby mama? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it possible for you to be in love with them the same, equally? Can you love them the same?
No. I don't think so. I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's possible. And the reason why I say I don't think that's possible, because
Pearl said a hoe, that's too easy.
Yeah. I don't think it's possible because everybody got their favorite.
Exactly.
Even when there was times I had my squad. I got my first string and I got my second string. They were second string for a reason. So I got my first string, but I also had a favorite in my first string. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm gonna tell them all what they want to hear. I'm gonna get them all of that, whatever. But my main one, that's my main one. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even. It's just she could have been my main one just off a fact of conversation more than it was sexually.
So can you love her, your main one, and get, say, for instance, you meet somebody else, and y'all just click and y'all just be it? Can you still love your main one and the new one?
I could love both of them, but one of them is going to eventually get the more love than the other.
Okay.
Eventually.
Basically, that's what I was trying to get. Is it like it? Can you, as a human being, take on two people at once? Because one is enough. One sometimes can be over the top.
Look, let me tell you, so from my perspective, you did, and this is no disrespect to no woman, no, I love women, I thank God for y'all, but and like I said, this is no disrespect, so don't be tagging on here talking about, well, nigga, you know that, blah 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 blah. But this is what, but this ain't it. But just one is like dealing with 5 at one time.
Yeah,
because their women are emotionally driven. So you're going to always deal with it's going to be something that you're going to have to not so much deal with, but it's so much work with building that relationship with that one. It makes it hard you get tired of having 5, 6, 7, maybe 3 over here. That's too much. And the older you get, you should be getting tired. Now, like for me, like now, I'm cool. It took me It took me a long time to figure.
I was waiting.
So telling on myself, it took me 5 times to figure this thing out. And it wasn't like, okay, let me get with you. No,
but this. With your 5 times, were you looking for something?
Yes.
Or trying to fulfill something that you were missing?
I say that's a double-sided quarter.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is because I was looking for something and I was trying to fulfill something. I was trying to fulfill the void of not having and I gotta pick how I say this now. Fulfilling the void of my mom. And so, and what I was looking for was my mother. Not saying my mother wasn't in my life. Not saying
I got you.
None of that. My mom was a very good mom. We all go through some type of stuff, but there were some things that I was missing as a man that I needed from the nurturing of my mother. So what it caused me to do is start looking in a lot of different places. Number 2, I was messing around. It started young. I was being molested by a 12-year-old girl when her mom was supposed to be babysitting me. So it starts there. Now you dealing with this. And then you get 16 and you sleeping with grown women. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, okay, I'm just sowing my royal oats, but not understanding that you still being molested as a child.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So through all of that, so now you got all this stuff playing a piece. You see? And that's what, and so when it comes to dealing with a whole lot of women, when a man is dealing with a whole lot of females, is something missing. It ain't just the fact that I got all these females. Something is missing. There is a lack of identity somewhere that is causing them to say, I love this person.
But that person. But that's with anybody.
That's with anybody.
That's with anybody. That's with men. That's with females.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Anytime they go that route, there's something missing, or there's something that they're looking for that they haven't tapped into yet.
Right.
They haven't found what they're looking for, so they're going to go and keep going and keep going. Or, and we can even change that around too. You get into a relationship and you have trust issues. Well, you have trust issues because of what you went through with your past, either your parents, or how you grew up. Not trusting, or you got betrayed by someone. So now you're going to take these trust issues that you have into the new relationship, and you can't do that.
No, you can't. You
got to go sit. Listen, I tell people all the time, go get some therapy. It is okay. Don't go to no church. Me personally, I wouldn't go to nobody church and black. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't. You know what I mean? Because let's be real about it. Let's be real about it, because you're not going to be open. You're not going to be real, and you're not going to be honest. Right. You can lay on that couch, but if you're not honest about what's going on with you, you're just laying there. You're not getting any help.
Right.
You're still laying in your lies.
Right.
Somebody that you don't know, that don't know you, that don't know that you're attached to any church, any of that. Just go to somebody and get some help. It's okay. So you can better yourself, and then you'll know exactly. Then when you do get some help, you'll have standards. On what you want to go into, versus just going into the first thing that you have an opportunity to.
And part of my problem was that I was jumping from one relationship to the next. I didn't give myself time to heal. And you want to always give yourself time to heal and figure out who you are, where you going, how to deal with the trauma that you dealt with, whether physically, emotionally, mentally, and then start being friends. And that was something that I was always told, is that, you want to be friends. And a lot of times we don't be friends with nobody.
Because that's what we have accustomed ourselves to.
Yep.
We don't know how to be friends without fucking.
Right.
Let's be real. Let's throw it out there.
Yeah.
Some people don't know how to be friends without crossing that line.
Yeah.
They have to cross that line because that's what they're used to. And it's crazy because you're using your body to build a friendship. And then when whatever you get done, and if they're done with you because that's all they wanted from you, you emotionally got some kind of emotion going on, and there go another hanger in your closet.
Yeah.
Because you didn't sit up here and open yourself up to somebody that just wanted you for what they got, and then they didn't left you.
Right.
And you didn't sit up here and thought you were building a relationship and / a friendship with them, and all they wanted was your ass and your dick.
That's it. And then on top of that, now on the flip side of that, you sleep with them, and then all of a sudden you in a relationship.
And it's like, what happened?
Yeah, right.
It was that good that you said yes in the middle of it? It was that good that you said, yes, let's be together. Yes, I will, yes. And then you're done. You're done. And you're laying there back to back. And you're like, oh, shit, what did I just fucking do?
Yep.
And then instead of saying something, you go on and you live in that thing for a whole fucking year. And y'all both have fucked each other life up, knowing y'all ain't supposed to be together. You know what I mean? It's crazy, bro. Like, do not get stuck, because with a person with a big heart,
the
first person they see that give them attention,
that
they yearn for,
right?
You know what I mean? That they don't get from somebody else, that they want to get from,
right?
You know what I mean? It's like, come on now, that thing is so real. Trust me.
They want to cook. They want to cook for you and everything else.
We'll cook for you. Listen here, run bath water, pick you up from work, drop you off of work, take you to lunch, drop your lunch off, give you shopping money, fly you here and fly you there, and you still fucking stuck.
Yeah.
Like, why am I still doing? You're on the plane thinking to yourself, what are you doing? You have totally lost yourself. Like, what is your problem? Pull yourself together, boy. Like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
As you can tell, I'm very sensitive about it.
No, but you telling the truth though.
But it's really true. Like, you get to a point that you see it all the time.
Yeah.
You see women in relationships. You see women in abusive relationships.
Yes.
Because they just want to be in a relationship.
Right.
That's not a good. Don't stay just because you want to get into a relationship. Trust me.
Right.
My aunt got killed by her husband because she wanted to stay and be in a relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't make your life over it. It's not that serious. Be by yourself.
I tell young guys, go ahead,
and just go have fun by yourself versus being in an abusive relationship and having to deal with people that's abusing you. He ain't even got to be beating you, or she ain't. And let's flip it, because you got some women out here that beat the hell out of these men.
Yeah. And
they in abusive relationships too. We don't talk about that part. You know what I mean? We always talk about the man beating the women. Well, these women out here taking advantage of men and knowing what they're doing and using them for money and using them for cars and all that kind of shit. You know exactly what you're doing.
Right.
You're not right. But if a man do it, he's the hoe and he's doing me wrong and all this kind of stuff. But you forgot what you did to Mr. Man.
Right.
You know what I mean? That shit comes back on you.
It does.
It comes back on you. So listen, can you love two people at the same time? I'm gonna say, I ain't gonna even say my answer.
Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. I done loved a whole bunch of folks at the same time. Because when I'm with one, I love you. When I'm with the other one, I love you. So,
now I have to. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I have. It's been moments. Yeah, it's been moments I've been with somebody and then if an ex called, it's like, damn, I still got feelings for them.
Yeah. And then
you start feeling some kind of way that the crazy part is feelings come up that you don't even think you have.
Yep.
They just come out of like a text message or it'd be like, wait, hold on, break, put your brakes on. Nope,
Yep.
I ain't doing that again. Nope, let's calm that shit down. Calm it down. No, you ain't coming over. No, we ain't going to do that. No, we ain't chilling. No, none. Yes, no. Because you will catch yourself and find yourself right back where you just left off.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you will fuck up something that you really had with somebody, the person that you're with.
Yeah.
You'll fuck it up. Because I'm a person, I have to be honest. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit up here and play games.
Yep. And it's, you know what's a trip though? What's a trip was when, okay, so I'm going to talk about when I was being dirty. What's a trip is that all this time growing up, when you get mature, you're supposed to do different things. When you know better, you do better. So this is what I did. On my know better, do better, I quit lying. I came and I told you what I want to do. If you down with it, and if you ain't, that's cool. Majority of the time, they be down with it. And when they down with it, then you sleep with them. Then the next minute they want, then it's like you in a relationship. And I'm like,
and it be your fault.
Right.
I told you in the beginning what this was.
I told you in the beginning. You getting what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And, or you get the ones that, or you get, or like, well, shoot, not even get the ones. I was one of the ones where they came, said, okay, this is what it is. This is what it's going to be. But then I'm still in the back of my head. I'm still like, but we together though. You know what I'm saying? So, and it gets like that because I didn't want to be by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Being insecure of who I am as a man. You know what I'm saying?
She said, to love you need to trust. So who do you trust, on my right or on my left? Sometimes you can trust both of them. The crazy part is you can't trust yourself. That's what got you in the predicament that you got two niggas. It's just reality. Come on, that was just reality.
So the way out of that is that you got to be honest with yourself.
Exactly.
And that's what I had to do. I had to be honest with myself and understand, and I had to be honest with the Lord. So y'all gotta forgive. I am a pastor, and so you know I'm gonna be me. I had to be honest with the Lord and be like, look, I really like these females. I love these panties.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you look, I know Solomon had to be my cousin somewhere down the line, somewhere, because all them concubines he had. If I was born around that time, and Solomon been. Man, it's been wonderful. So I'm like, but I had to come to the conclusion that, look, you a church hoe. That's exactly what you is. Playing the organ, singing in the choir, but you ain't no better than nobody else. It ain't about all that.
You can't trust nobody if you don't trust yourself.
Right. You can't trust, but you know, you can't. It's okay.
I kind of, I don't know. That's just like them saying that you can't love nobody because you don't love yourself. Or people making the statement, I can't love you because I don't love myself.
Well, at least they telling you the truth.
But I beg the difference.
Okay.
I don't have to love myself to love you. Because especially if I'm looking for something that I'm not looking, you know what I mean? That I'm looking for something. And if I think like if I know that you have what I'm looking for, my love is going to automatically just draw to you. Because that's what I'm looking for, and that's what I want.
But is it truly love?
I would say so.
Okay.
I would say so.
Okay.
Because you may have to help me love myself back to health.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get in those relationships that you help each other. And what you don't have, they help you get what you have. And what they don't have, you help them.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because I before I got married, this last time, that's basically what I went through.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to be single.
Yeah.
I didn't. And so my wife now, we weren't messing around. She the first person I ever courted, I ever not had sex with, I ever just been straight.
She gave you standards.
Yes.
And you were attracted to those standards because they were new. They wasn't the same old what I used to do cycle thing.
No.
About this wife. It was like I had to I had to get myself together.
Yeah, it was so many of them. I mean,
so about this wife, no nigga, you gonna live up to these standards if you want this kunai.
Yeah, but
this ain't gonna be just this not gonna be just a cycle that you on. This is gonna be the last stop of your bus.
Right. So what happened is that because she's been single for so long, like 12 years plus, no man, no nothing, just her and Jesus, like like a straight nun. Like, well, not even nuns be messing with the priest, but anyway, they be over there slapping it. So
I'm sorry, nuns.
So I asked her, I really did. I asked her, I said, how do you be single? How do you do that? Because I'm up here pastoring. I'm pastoring a church, pastoring people. I'm talking about righteousness, holiness, working my way out to living it and all this stuff. To one point, I was preaching a message called Counterfeit versus Real. And I'm thinking I'm talking about counterfeit versus real, and I'm really talking about myself. And before I'm finished, I end up repenting for being a counterfeit. You get what I'm saying? Because at that time, me and my ex-wife was still messing around, acting like Pastor First Lady, not married. So I put the carriage way before the horse. You get it? So in this case, like getting back to what we were talking about, in this case, I learned how to be single and happy for myself. And it was about like a good year and a half. And during that, at like the peak of the end of that year and a half, I said, you know what? I mean, and all this time,
your sister said you was
didn't ask the Lord for nothing, huh?
Your sister Nadia said you was wilding.
Yeah, girl, I was wilding. I was wilding out. I really was. And so all this time, I didn't ask the Lord, oh, is she my wife? Is she? I did that the last 4 times. That didn't work. So I didn't do it. So I changed it up. I said, I ain't gonna ask you nothing. I'm not gonna ask you. We're gonna I'm gonna let you just do. I wasn't even looking for a wife or nothing like that at this point. So, but the way it happened was like I just started thinking about all the things that we did because we became really best friends. And so and that's the first time I ever been with a female that's a best friend. So, you my brother. So, we talked about everything till this day. Right. So through all that, Sean, and I'm gonna make this short. Through all of that, I said, can I court you? I said, I don't want to do nothing else. I just want to court you. That's it. Well, ain't no sex, no nothing, just court. I want to know how to do this the right way. And she said, cool. But at that time, I knew that I had to come correct, like you said. And I think that's part of the problem. And I know it's on both ends, but I only can speak from the male perspective at this point. But for a man to really get a real woman, you got to come correct. Because no woman want to deal with no boy. Just like a man don't want to deal with no little girl and that kind of stuff. So loving 2 people at one time, I think that's very difficult to do. I think that is very difficult to do.
I think it can happen, but you have to be on your toes. It's a very taskful task.
Yeah.
It happens. Not saying that I would do it, but there is still your sister.
Hey, you know what's a good movie to spin off of what we're talking about? What? Spin off might be the wrong word to use, but a good movie to relate it to is Mo Better Blues.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, well, it's with Denzel Washington. So Denzel Washington is Trump player. He starts talking to this one sexy chick, but then he ends up talking to this other chick, and I'm paraphrasing. He started talking to this other chick. But then the other chick, the dark-skinned chick, he ends up marrying and being with and having a child, but he was so into this other chick. But through the time span of him being between the two, he comes to a realization, man, this is the one that's really been down for me. You see? So that's why I say I think that one will always weigh the other out. I think so. This is just my opinion. Dealing with two relationships, one is going to outweigh the other eventually, because either you will grow out the one, or either you will grow out that one, or you will wise up. Well, it's still growing out of it, but you'll even wise up and be able to make a better conscious decision on what will be best fit for you. I think when we have two relationships, we still holding up walls that we don't want to let go and deal with whatever it is behind that we're guarding so much in our heart that we don't want to really deal with that and heal over that, so we can, because some people just afraid of relationships, period. Some people are just afraid of relationships. Some people, I mean, forget about it being gay or straight. They just afraid of relationships. So they'd rather just be single and just deal with a whole lot of people. But there is a common denominator for them to feel the way they feel. Either they're afraid of being rejected, or they're afraid of being, well, that's still being rejected, being left. They're afraid of commitment, things of that nature. So there's a lot of different variables to this whole topic. Is it possible to love two people at one time? Because now it comes down to understanding, why am I loving two people at one time? Why do I like it? Some people just like it. You got some that just like
that's just them. That's just them.
They just like
the two people, and the two people know about each other.
Yeah,
and they're fine with it,
and they're okay, and that's cool. But at the end of the day, there is still something that is the root of the way we operate in relationships, whether good or bad. There is still a root to it. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay.
Listen, this has been a great topic. This has been a great topic, and
we should do this again next week. We should do.
We're gonna do part 2.
All right.
So, and then we'll. I'm building up to something.
Okay.
So that's why I asked this question, and we're going to deal with the same question next week, but also we're going to add another question to it, and then we're going to have the big blow up of what I want to know.
I already know it's going to be wild, whatever it is.
It's going to be wild. We're going to have fun. It's going to be fun. So tell your people to join us next week.
Yes.
Is it possible to be in love with two people at the same time, part 2? And I'm sure Christopher Jones is going to join us. Then we're going to have May join us, or Denny join us for a female perspective. I think we need to join him, or have Nadia. Somebody have a female join us, or either we can have all three of them. It'll be 3 men, 3 females.
That'd be good.
Talk about that. I think that'll be part 2 of the next week. So join us next week as we go into our Is It Possible to Love two people at the same time?
And then maybe we can add, is it possible to love 3? Shoot.
Hell, is it possible to love multi people at the same time? Is it? Because let's be honest with it. Some people are just not relationship material.
Yep.
Some people just do not want to be in a relationship, and they want to spread it and do whatever they have to do. You know what I mean? One of my best friends said, yes, it is possible. So we probably have him come on and explain himself on how is it possible for him to love 2 people at the same time.
That's going to be interesting.
We're going to have fun with this. Like, I love having these kind of discussions. And we could always agree to disagree. There's no wrong answer.
Nah.
It's called the perspective. So your perspective may not be my perspective. My perspective may not be yours. You may be thinking I'm wilding out because I want to have 3 or 4 people. I'm the one sleeping around. You ain't. So,
it's just my job to pray for everybody. That's it.
Yeah, while Grant prayed, you keep doing what you're doing for the Lord to live with you.
It's stupid.
Do what you do. Enjoy it while you can, child. The world is wrapping up, so you don't have to. Literally, they're wrapping up. All right, listen. Join us next week as we go into Is It Possible? My best friend said I'm trying. I'll call you in a minute. Shut up. Listen, is it possible to love 2 people at the same time? And my brother said 3 or 4 or 5. Is it possible? Multiple people at the same time. Is it possible?
Is it possible to be
spread your legs? Do you want to drop it? What she say? Drop it low and spread it wide. Do you want to drop it low and spread it wide with everyone? Is it possible? Listen, we're going to come back next week and we're going to have some guests with us and we're going to talk about this part 2. And we're going to have some females on here with us to kind of get their perspective on what they think. Is it possible for them or how they feel about males dating females? Because yeah, I'll wait till next week. Because if I go there, it's going to be a whole nother 30 minutes on that one question. So I'm going to hold myself until next week, and I'm going to write it down where I won't forget it. And you guys will be joining us. Join us. Have some people join us next week. We love you guys, and we will see you later.
Love you much.